Hello everyone and welcome back to another Truth Reviews video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. I certainly have been enjoying making it. I gotta say, I'm enjoying making content a lot more than I thought. So today's video I thought would be a bit different. I looked at what games are popular, I looked at what games I like, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably one of my favourite games of all time, if not my favourite game of all time. The story's beautiful, the graphics are beautiful, the game's beautiful, the gameplay's fun, the mission design's fun, minus the riding around on your horse. I mean, if you minus that part, the game's pretty fun for the most part, and the riding around is still pretty fun anyway. So I thought I would analyse and take a look at the most infamous Red Dead Redemption 2 mission, or one of, or if not the most popular Red Dead Redemption 2 mission of all time, and that is Blood Feuds, Ancient and Modern. Now, if you don't know what mission this is the one where basically Jack, there's word that Jack is kidnapped. You go back to camp and Jack's been kidnapped. It's the end mission for chapter 3, I believe. And you hear Jack's been kidnapped and you go to the Braithwaite Manor to sort some shit out. So it's a pretty integral point of the plot. So let's go over the mission from start to finish, and let's really have a look at like the mission, the gameplay, and how it fits in with the narrative. Okay, so the mission starts with a cutscene of you getting back to camp, and you hear that Jack has been taken. Obviously, this is not very good at all. So you get your gang together. It was going to be originally you, Dutch, and John going after the Braithwaites, but then Bill says that he has word of what happened, and do you want some extra guns? So, with now everyone minus I think Micah and the girls coming up to Braithwaite Manor, you have this epic ride to Braithwaite Manor with the entire pretty much gang in Red Dead Redemption 2. And this is quite rare. It's very rare you see nearly the whole gang together. Obviously you see like the trailers at the opening, but I'm not sure if that counts. And then other than that, the only time you really see the whole gang together, or like set few of them in missions, well, spoiler alert, set few because they die pretty often and pretty early, but the only time you see them all set together like this, I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's the bank job in Saint Denis and then the train heist at the end of the game. I think that's the only time you see the whole gang together. Maybe also when you're helping Eagle Flies fight against the oil people. Like, other than those 3 times, it is so rare you see a gang focused whole mission. You see like 5s together, you'll go in groups of 5 and stuff, but this is just great because it's the whole gang. So first of all, you've got that cool factor of riding into the town and riding past the people, and you've already stirred up a lot of shit. I think Sean's obviously been killed at this point, and you've burnt down the other families' plants and all their plantations and shit. So you've really stirred up a lot of bad eggs. With the 2 families at this point, and so you're going to get Jack back, and then you arrive. So you set the scenery as you arrive, and you get off your horses, and you begin to march up to Braithwaite Manor. And this is a beautiful shot. This shot right here is perfect. It's a great shot. It's got that badass feeling to it that you just don't get in many other games. The thing I like about Red Dead is you have to pick your guns before you go. A lot of people say the gunplay feels the same. I would heavily disagree with that. So you have to pick your guns off of your horse. So you only really have 4 guns. So you've obviously got your guns, and you're walking up to Braithwaite Manor, and Dutch is yelling, and then Dutch says this absolutely wonderful line.
Get down here now, you inbred trash! What the hell do you want?
What a great line. I mean, what a just fantastic line. So anyway, you get to the Braithwaite Manor, and it looks like you're going to start to talk, and then you go the hard way, and you just kill them all. I mean, all of them. A massive shootout starts, and the cool factor of this is that you've got so many friendlies helping you that it feels like you're actually a proper gang. This feels like a gang attack. Side note, what the hell would have happened if it was just Dutch and Hosea and Arthur who went? I mean, that would have been also badass. And John, I think Hosea was going to go again. Yeah, anyway. So that happened. And I like the walking up, because, you know, John's trying to keep his cool, and Dutch is sort of telling him to keep his cool, which is ironic because in the end you're telling Dutch to keep his cool, and yeah, all of that. And then in the further end, John is even telling Dutch to keep his cool in Red Dead 1. So, you know, that's kind of a cute detail there, that it starts with Dutch telling John to stay cool, and then Arthur telling Dutch to stay cool, for then John to pass it on to Red Dead 1 to tell Dutch to stay cool, if that makes sense. Anyway, the fun part of this level and the actual level design is obviously when you get into the mansion. The first floor is pretty much cleared, almost, but then it's when you're going up to the top of floors or through the little rooms, there's a lot of close quarters combat, and it makes it very fun and sporadic, because anyone can jump out of anywhere and just, you know, light you up, like, instantly. So you have to be very careful in watching your steps and carving your path and things, so that makes it very fun indeed, I would say. You get to the top, and I believe you have to hold at the top for a brief period of time, which is also very cool, very little cool section there. And then you go up with John further. I want to talk about the atmosphere of this level real quick, because the atmosphere is great, especially after what I talked about, the context being that Jack's been taken, the Abigail and the women are terrified, Sean's dead, and we've pretty much fucked everything once up again, so we need to run, but we've got to do this last job. It's got this feeling of, you know, real desperation and just, you know, alright, we've had enough of the shit, let's get on with it, you know, and this push through of let's kill the lot of them. So it's got that sort of, that great oomph to it. Also, the atmosphere of the level's great, being set at night, it really just looks fantastic. And of course, the game itself looking gorgeous, the gunplay and the explosives, and if you're using dynamite or Molotov cocktails, it looks gorgeous, and it looks like a real gunfight. Bullets are flying everywhere. It's crazy. Anyway, once you get to the top with John, you push in and you find the Braithwaite woman, and then you bring her out, and Dutch sort of does his thing, kills a couple of them, and you find out that Jack's been taken off by some guy in Saint Denis. So that's the level as a whole. I just want to talk about briefly why I think it's got such a big, like, fan audience to it, and such a big, the audience for this game love to edit, I've noticed on TikTok especially, this mission, and I think it is just because of that wow factor. Chapter 3, sorry, is very long, and it's very fun, and ending it like that is this big boom, because there are a lot of things in Chapter 3 that are fun that happen. You've got the whole Sean's death scene and that mission, which is very fun. Arthur gets captured. You've got the mission where you go and burn down like the plantation area. You've got the mission where you go with Hosea and you pretend you're dumb. You've got the mission where you're going back to Valentine with Bill and the girls to rob a bank. You've got the mission with Uncle, and you've got to rob a place, but it goes wrong. You've got obviously Trelawney's missions. It's great. It's very fun. It's a fun chapter, and I feel like the reason people love this mission is it's the massive gunfight, the massive oomph you've been waiting for, and the massive release. Also, structurally, it's not a bad mission. You ride there, which is about a 2-minute ride, I'd say there. You get a cool cinematic going in, and then in terms of level design, there's a fight outside, which is cool because the different landscape, you've got people on the ground, and then people inside the building as well, shooting down at you. Then it's a clearing the building, where you have to be careful, once, like I said before, checking your corners and all of that. And then finally, of course, you've got actually pushing upstairs and finding the Braithwaite woman, which is also fun. Overall, this mission's pretty fun. I wouldn't say it's Red Dead's best mission. I would say it's probably its most infamous mission of all time, because it just has that wow factor. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like my take on this mission, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.